I started going out in my local trail along the Schuylkill River in Philadelphia. I couldn't get into my normal rhythm, and it deteriorated to being like a run-walk. Fast forward 3 weeks to the point where I couldn't walk 2 city blocks without being completely out of breath. The diagnosis was acute pulmonary embolisms. So essentially I had blood clots in both sides of my lungs, and the x-rays and the imaging showed that they were pretty large. Impressive was the word that quite a few doctors used, and I kept saying, impressive good or impressive bad?
As many sports as I've played and how long I've played them, I'd never felt like passionate about something, and I felt passionate about water polo. I actually didn't know I had a heart condition until my junior year of high school, and I just had this really weird heartbeat one day. My resting heart rate was like 180, so I saw a cardiologist in Sacramento. They found the hole between my 2 atria.
I was out exercising one day and I noticed a little burning in the back of my throat. It was during the nuclear stress test that the cardiologist supervising the test found that I needed triple bypass surgery. And 12 weeks out, I was exercising at the Cardiac Wellness Center, and I was hooked up to an EKG monitor, and I started having jaw pain again. So I was back in the operating room for the second time, and this time when they opened my chest, I had developed scar tissue, and it ripped a hole in the right ventricle of my heart. They had to sew me right back up. They said there was nothing more they could do. Well, the cardiologist came in and told me that they had authorized me to come to UCSD.
If you want near perfect results, you're going out to San Diego, you're going to UCSD. Knowing that the center existed and the program existed, it eased my mind tremendously. I mean, I was coming to the best place in the world to have this surgery.
We came down to Sulpizio, and I met my miracle workers at Sulpizio.
The team here, I mean, from everyone, from the nurses to the registration staff to the doctors to the surgeons, everyone, so attentive, on top of their game, knew what was going on. It felt like they were real humans and behind those white coats, and it was really nice to get to know a lot of them.
When people are just so confident and positive with you and your case, it's really easy to feel confident in your doctors and know that nothing's gonna go wrong.
So we went from feeling almost desperate of nobody having a plan on how I could get better to feeling cautiously optimistic.
One option was the robotic surgery, which is what I ended up having. So he took the robot, took a piece of pericardium off the top of my heart, and then he ended up stitching it inside. And so I have a patch, basically, of my own skin.
I was admitted to Sulpizio's ICU, greatest ICU in the world, and inserted 2 stents in my LAD. That procedure literally saved my life. So I've had 2 open heart surgeries and 9 stents later, but I'm almost as good as new.
I just am so grateful. Knowing that you can use the robot for my procedure is incredible, and I just am so blessed to have someone who is willing to do that.
It saved my life. I'm, not to be melodramatic, but they saved my life. The longer term impact, if I hadn't had the surgery, it's really scary to think about, and I am so tremendously grateful that the PTE team is here, that Sulpizio exists.
If it were not for Sulpizio and the donors, the people that had the vision, the dream of a state-of-the-art cardiovascular center in this area, without that, and without making that dream come true, and without supporting that wonderful center, I wouldn't be here. And a lot of other people wouldn't be either.
Thank you so much. It really just completely changed my life for the better in so many ways.
Thank you so much for what you were able to do for me. It's hard to describe how I feel towards them, so I'm very, very, very grateful.
To have that opportunity to thank you for that is just amazing. And I thank you for that and for my new and very fulfilling life.